Coming up in this episode, we have the scores and scorers from all the leagues that you see on the screen in front of you. Plus, the first management casualty has happened in Super League. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. Also, please remember that I'm running a Buy Me a Coffee campaign. All the funds that will be generated from it will go to rugby league causes in the future. So if you want to donate, please just click on the QR code in the top left hand corner and just follow the steps to make a donation. Thank you in advance. Anyway, to begin with our show, it is going to be a roundup of all the rugby league games from the NRL, Super League, Championship and League One that happened over the weekend. And we start in the NRL, as we're starting the Super League, as Friday night's games brought about a few bits of turbulence from Super League. So, as we know, Thursday opened up with Salford getting beat at Warrington, despite leading 20 points to 6 at half time, where Warrington overcame that deficit to win 36 points to 20 over the Salford Red Devils. The next game saw St Helens take on Leeds Rhinos, and it was the Rhinos that came out at the end of the game 25 points to 24 victors, thanks to a Blake Austin drop goal. The connection between the two games, the teams in the lead had a penalty to convert and they both missed for the opposing team to go on to win. Mark Sneed in the Salford game and Tommy Makinson in the Saints versus Rhinos game. Friday's game between Saints and Leeds Rhinos was one of 5 that took place on Friday night. The opening game of the weekend of that Friday night was Catalan's Dragons versus Hull FC. And it was the Dragons that came out 38 points to 6 victors against their Hull rivals. Hull were looking to extend their unbeaten run to 3 games, but it's Catalan that move on to that. With tries from Johnston, who's loving life in France, Paul Seguer, Mikel Gudemond, Sui Takiyaho, Adam Kieran and Ben Garcia, Catalans dominated the whole side 14 points to 0 at half time to 38 points to 6 victors. Adam Kieran had a good night with the boot as well, as he converted all 6 from 6 and a penalty. Some good news for Hull, Andre Cervello was back in the squad and scored on his return, and Jake Clifford got the conversion. The next game saw Huddersfield place Wakefield at the, I call it Bellevue, but I'm sure it has a different name now. But it was a second half 8 points to 0 victory for Huddersfield Giants. As I said, it was only 8 points to 0, and all the points came in the second half. Try from Will Greenwood and a conversion and penalty from Tui Lolohea gave Huddersfield Giants their first win of the season. Wakefield are languishing with only not even scoring a point in the last 2 games, but shoots of a revival as this was a decent defensive display. For me though, this was the game of the weekend, as the Leopards came back from 19 points to 12 down at half time to restrict Hull KR to 1 try and a conversion to win 30 points to 25 over Hull KR. With Hull KR scoring points through Sean Kenny Dowell, Mikey Lewis, James Batchelor right this time, and Jordan Abdul with tries, with Will Dagger converting 4 from 4, and also an Abdul drop goal before half time. Lee were looking on the back foot, but with John Amone, Tom Briscoe with 2 tries, and Josh Charnley with 2 tries, Lee came back for the victory and their first win of the season. And finally, Wigan outplayed Castleford Tigers and beat them 36 points to nil, nilling a team from that area for the second time in 2 weeks. The man of the match was definitely Liam Marshall, who goes on to 8 tries for the season after his hat-trick against the Tigers. Ethan Havard came off the bench with another try from that position, while Toby King and Jai Fields got the other tries. Harry Smith converted 4 from 6, while he kicked 2 penalties also. But this game had some serious repercussions for Castleford Tigers. More in that in a moment. And so with that, we have the full score lines in front of us. Warrington Wolves 36, Salford Red Devils 20, Catalans Dragons 38, Hull FC 6, Wakefield Trinity 0, Huddersfield Giants 8, St Helens 24, Leeds Rhinos 25, Wigan Warriors 36, Castleford Tigers 0, Hull KR 25, Lee Leopards 30. And with that, here is the league table. Warrington Wolves lead the way with a victory over Salford, with Catalans Dragons coming second, and with the only 2 unbeaten records on the sheets. Wigan Warriors have come next with Hull KR coming down the table a little bit after their blip against Lee Leopards. Hull FC joined them on 2 wins and 1 defeat in 5th place, and St Helens are in 6th. Huddersfield Giants come next with their first victory of the season after only playing 2 games, with Lee Leopards, Salford Red Devils and Leeds Rhinos all on 3 games with 1 win to their names too. Castleford Tigers and Wakefield Trinity are the teams propping up the bottom of the table. Castleford's miserable start to the season, in some people's eyes, has seen them lose 3 from 3. However, in a shock news this morning, Lee Radford has been relieved of his duties by the club. Radford's Tigers have been defeated in all 3 of their fixtures, losing a narrow game against Hull FC in week 1, then at the Jungle Leg to Hull St Helens before the Friday night game against Wigan Warriors. It seems that the large margin of victory for Wigan on Friday was the straw that brought the camels back, as Castleford announced via their social media this morning that Radford has parted ways with the club. It stated, Castleford Tigers can confirm that Lee Radford has been relieved of his first team duties by mutual agreement. Assistant Andy Last will take charge of the first team for Ford's upcoming fixture with Huddersfield Giants on Friday night. The club's board of directors will now begin the search for its next permanent head coach. I would ask everyone to get behind Andy Last and the team in the interim period. In the statement as well, Lee Radford commented about the situation and was, how can I say this properly, willing to make a statement through the club's website to clear the air a little bit, hopefully unify the club. With the club and myself heading in different directions, I think making this early call will be the correct one. Hopefully it can kickstart their season, starting this Friday away at Huddersfield. I'd like to thank on record the fans, management, coaching staff and the players, and I wish them all the best for 2023 and beyond. This all comes after the former Hull FC coach guided the Tigers to a 7th place finish in his first season in charge, narrowly missing out on the playoffs after a final round defeat at Leeds Rhinos. Their 2023 campaign got off to a terrible start in the first half of their opening game at Radford's old club Hull, as the Tigers were blown away in a first half that saw them trail 32 points to 6 at one stage. Despite this, Castleford rallied in the second half and were eventually beaten by just 2 points, 32 points to 30, to ease some of the worries the club's fans have had at the interval. but in round 2 they were brought back down to earth when recently crowned World Club Challenge winners St Helens turned Cass over 24 points to 6 at the Jungle, despite the Saints only just returning from Australia after a 53-hour flight. Then this weekend came with the worst display yet, as Wigan came to West Yorkshire and blew away the Tigers 36 points to 0, leaving Radford winless after 3 games and some fans calling for him to be sacked. The section of supporters got their wish today, and Castleford hope that Andy Last, who had a spell in charge of Hull FC after Radford was sacked by the Black and Whites in 2022, will be able to steady the ship at the Jungle. Huddersfield are the next opponents for the Tigers next Friday at the John Smith Stadium before back-to-back home games against local rivals Leeds Rhinos and Darryl Powell's Warrington Wolves. Radford, though, it's 2 jobs that have lasted. It's been, shall we say, 18 months between having 2 jobs. He left Hull FC in 2020, midway through 2020, after famously being sacked live on Sky Sports. He endured a tough start in 2022, but turned it around. This time, though, he won't be at the helm to try and turn it around again. It's going to be an interesting period. There is speculation that Radford is going to go down to Australia as part of an NRL backroom staff. There is Brian McDermott, who's just recently done that himself, but it's all speculation at this point. Castleford, who do you think they are going to employ as their next head coach? Tell me in the comments below. And who Castle fans would you like to see take the helm and steady the ship? Next, we move on to the NRL, as there was Saturday and Sunday games that we need to catch up with, and there were 5 games played, including a debutant team into the competition. First on Saturday, we saw the Manly Seagulls dominate over the Canterbury Bulldogs 31 points to 6. Manly welcomed back Tom Tarajovic, who scored the opening try, before Ruben Garrick and a hat-trick from Daly Cherry Evans put the icing on the cake. Garrick kicked a 5 from 5 in the conversion stakes, while a DCE drop goal finished off the scoring. Canterbury had Reid Mahoney to thank for their try and Matt Burton to thank for the conversion. Saturday saw North Queensland Cowboys almost lose it, to be fair, after winning 19 points to 18. It was 18 points to 6 at the half-time scoreline, as Tuilagi and Drinkwater, who scored 2 tries, went over the try line. Val Holmes kicked 2 goals and a penalty, while Townsend kicked the only point for the Cowboys in the second half, a drop goal. Gula, Starling and Whiten got tries for the Raiders, and 3 kicks from Fogarty to convert all the tries wasn't quite enough to come away with the opening day win. The final game of Saturday saw the Rabbitohs pull one out of the hat to win 27 points to 18 in a closely fought game in the first half. It was 12 all going into half-time, but the Rabbitohs were severely depleted as they went down to 15 men due to injuries early in the first half, and at one point Latrell Mitchell had gone down for injuries. Cronulla, though, were the second best side at the PointsBet Stadium, unfortunately. Trindle, Katoa and Wilton all went over for tries, while Trindle converted 3 from 3. Lachlan Ilias, who had a wow of a game, and the Greek international try-saving tackler and try scorer, got on the score sheet with Kola Matangi and Campbell Graham scoring 2 tries, and Kola Matangi with the 1. Mitchell kicked 4 of his 4 attempts, from the kicking tee, and also a penalty and drop goal to seal the win for the Rabbitohs. Sunday saw the opening day win for the Dolphins as they beat the Sydney Roosters 28 points to 18 here at Suncorp Stadium. The Hammer Tabuai Fidau got over the try line before Mark Nichols, Lemelu and 2 from Jermaine Isako completed the try scoring. Isako kicked 4 from 5 as the winger did a good points tally. The Roosters though had Suali'i to thank for their try before Hutchinson and Tupou got a consolation. Walker kicks 3 from 3. And Sunday saw the playout of West Tigers being defeated by Gold Coast Titans 22 points to 10. West Tigers had Adam Duihi and Dane Laurie for their tries, but neither were converted, and Adam Duihi got a penalty to complete the scoring for the West Tigers. That penalty came in the first half, and the 2 tries from the Tigers came in the second. But it was Gold Coast Titans' day as Sammy got over for 2 tries. McIntyre and AJ Brimson with a scrum play completed the scoring for the Titans and completed the match scoring. Boyd kicked 3 from his 4 attempts. And with that, here is the early table ladder from the NRL. Manly Seagulls got the most points, so they're top, with Gold Coast Titans getting the second place, and they're shouting, "Stop the scoring now!" So, with the second biggest points margin. The Dolphins come in third with Rabbitohs, Warriors, Melbourne, Brisbane Broncos and North Queensland Cowboys completing the top 8. We'll have to wait for St George Illawarra to play their first game. I don't know why they've already got 2 points, but at this point we don't know with the NRL. Anyway, we'll go on to the fixtures for next time soon. Let's continue with the scores and scorers from the Betfred Championship as round 5 continued through Saturday and Sunday. And let's begin with that Saturday game. It was a one-way sort of situation with Toulouse versus Whitefield, as Toulouse ran in 72 points over Whitehaven in the French club's 100th league game in the RFL, returning to the RFL should I say. Joe Shorrocks had a wow of a game with the boots and also scoring tries, as he contributed half of his team's points, scoring 36 with a hat-trick and 12 successful conversions. It was Pierre-Jean Lima that also scored a hat-trick, which was the notable try scorers. Rennie, Ashelbot, Marcon, Richards, Stephanie and Jusame all went over for tries for Toulouse. Roque and Ter went over for tries Whitehaven, while Freeman kicked 1 goal. Sunday came along and Barrow got their first point of the championship season as they drew 18-all with Newcastle Thunder. 2 tries from Stack and then 1 from Carter, as well as 3 goals from Shaw completed the scoring for the Raiders. On Newcastle had Foster, Walker and Williams to thank for their tries, while Williams converted 2 tries and also a penalty for the Thunder's 18 points. Halifax Panthers beat the Batley Bulldogs 20 points to 16 with Walmsley, Woodburn Hall and Dufresne all scoring tries. Dufresne only kicked 1 from his 4 conversion attempts, but it was Halifax Panthers' day as they came from behind 8 points to 16 against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs' first half points came from Morton, McGowan and Ibula, as well as Meadows with 2 conversions. Keighley got back to winning ways after Agoro, Graham, Santi, Story, Tomlinson and Graham again went over for the tries in their 33 points to 22 victory over London Broncos. Dane Chisholm kicked 4 goals and a drop goal for points in Cougars' favour, despite trailing 4 points to 16 at half-time to the London club. Abbas Minsky got on the try-scoring list for London Broncos on dual registration, but Ulberg, Walker and Bassett got a try apiece, while Leyland kicked 3 goals for the Broncos' 22 points. A couple of tries from Dawson Jones saw Sheffield Eagles come out to victors, 42 points to 12, as a half-time lead of 24 points to 6 in the Sheffield Eagles' favour saw that scoreline replicated in the second half. Other tries from Jones Bishop, Guaze, Douglas, Grimes and Ashton completed the try scoring for Sheffield Eagles, while Ashton kicked 6 goals and a penalty to set them on the way. Ince, Craven and 2 goals from Owens were the points for Widnes Vikings, who take a stumble back after their impressive win last time out. And Swinton Lions were nilled at home against York Knights, as the Knights ran in 40 points that were completely unanswered. 26 points to nil up at half-time. 2 tries from Taust, Harrison and Brown, and single tries from Hingano and Daly completed the scoring. Glover converted 4 of the tries. And with that, here is the league table. Featherstone Rovers are still top with 4 wins from 4, but are joined by Toulouse and Sheffield Eagles with 5 games and 4 wins. Featherstone go on to play Bradford Bulls, who are in 5th place on 3 wins from their 4 games, on Viaplay at 7:45 tonight. UK time, that is. York City Knights and Widnes Vikings, as well as Halifax Panthers, are all on 6 points after 5 games as well, while Keighley Cougars, Batley Bulldogs and Swinton Lions come next in the table with 2 wins apiece. Newcastle Thunder's draw sees them in 11th place, with London Broncos, Whitehaven and Barrow Raiders the next in the league table. Next we move on to the 4 games that are in the Betfred League 1, as Rochdale Hornets first of all were beaten by Doncaster 20 points to 10. 8 points to 4 in Doncaster's favour in the first half. O'Keefe, Tyra got a try apiece for the Hornets, but Robinson, Hall, Burns and Sanderson got a try apiece for Doncaster. Robinson with 2 conversions for Doncaster to complete the scoring, and Hewitt for Rochdale Hornets. Dewsbury Rams wants to return to the championship, and they put 50 on Midland Hurricanes in a 50 points to 10 victory. 26 points to 0 at half time. It was only ever going to go one way in this one-way counter. Greensmith, 2 from Turner, Restall, Carr, Butterworth, Ferguson and Davis all got over the try line for the Rams. 8 conversions from Sykes and a penalty from Sykes completed the scoring on the Ram side. Welland with 2 tries instead with the conversion got the 10 points for the Midland Hurricanes. Hunslet were next on the list, and they beat the North Wales Crusaders 22 points to 8, with Sweeting, Newbound, Hallis and Burton all getting a try apiece. Sweeting also converted 3 of the 4 penalty conversion attempts. Forster and Billsborough got the converted try for North Wales Crusaders, and Billsborough got a penalty as the Crusaders were leading 8 points to 6 at half time. And finally, Oldham showed their credentials for the League One as they beat London Scholars 62 points to 18. 38 points to 6 at half time. Oldham had tries from 2 tries from McNally, 4 from Pega, Sutton, Arvan, Tyra, Carr and Blackburrow to thank for 4 points apiece, and Ridyard converted 9 of his conversion attempts. Boots, Gale and Small got the tries for London Scholars, while Ryan converted 3 from 3. And the League One table looks like this. Dewsbury Rams and Doncaster, 2 wins from 2, while Oldham and Workington, after their week off last week, open up their tallies with 2 wins from 2. Sorry, 1 win from 1. Hunslet Midland Hurricanes have got 1 win, 1 loss, while Rochdale Hornets have got their 1 loss after opening their season up this weekend. North Wales Crusaders have lost 2 from their 2 games, and so have London Scholars. Cornwall have had the week off this week and have 1 loss to their names. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as it's open for business, as we've seen the first Super League management casualty with Lee Radford leaving Castleford. Interesting day for Cass. What are they going to do? Andy Leslie's in charge for the interim, but they need someone head coach wise for that team to play to their potential. They are a good team and they need to start playing like that. Like, I think it was David Moyes of West Ham United manager said, there's some big characters in the dressing room and I know that they'll stand up to take some of the blame for this situation. If not, they will be the first ones to admit they have not played to their capabilities yet. I know they were unlucky against Saints. Some of the breaks that they were doing were fantastic and they just needed to offload and go to hand to score points, but they didn't do. That comes with execution and practice of execution. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide, and I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.